This 2025, wala nang mas better time pa to start your day trading journey. Bakit? Kasi mas madali nang ma-access ang mga resources and tools bilang isang retail trader. Alam ko, nakaka-overwhelm, daming tanong, ang daming uncertainty. Tapusin mo itong video na to dahil tuturuan kita ng step-by-step process para makapag-umpisa ka ng tama at malimit mo ang mga pagkakamali mo sa unang hakbang. Ang day trading ay isang proseso ng pagbili o pagbenta ng isang financial asset katulad ng forex, stock o kaya naman crypto. Ito ay nagaganap lamang sa maliit na panahon. Kadalasan ay sa loob ng isang araw. Pwede kang kumita regardless kahit papataas ang market o kaya naman pababa. Trading is a game of probability, wherein it's not about predicting the market. Instead, taking the opposite side of what most people think. Kasi every time na bibili ka, someone is trying to sell. If you are trying to sell, merong mga ibang bumibili. So it's either you win or you lose. My goal for this video is not to make you rich. Hindi ka yayaman after mong panoorin tong video na to. But instead, it will help you get started and makes you lose less until you figure out kung ano ba yung nag-work para sa'yo. The first thing you're gonna need is actually TradingView. Ito yung pinaka-best charting platform and it's actually free. As you can see here, dinownload ko ang TradingView. Pwede yan sa phone nyo, pwede rin to sa web application. So, ang unang-una nyong makikita is ito, yung homepage niya. So, all you have to do is click the products and then click the super chart. And then, nandito ka na sa chart na to. Ang una mong gagawin is siselect mo yung asset na gusto mong i-trade. So, for example, in this case, ang gagamitin natin is Bitcoin. So, as you can see sa upper left, nakalagay BTC USD. Kung gusto mong palitan yan, mag-search ka lang ng asset na gusto mong i-trade, tapos i-search mo lang yung symbol niya. So, maraming different asset, but for the sake of this example, ang gagamitin natin is Bitcoin. So, sa chart, merong X and Y axis. Dito sa X axis, makikita mo dito yung time and date sa isang chart. Sa Y axis naman, makikita mo dito yung price. So, for example, at this area, you can see ng Saturday ng January 11 at the exact 12 o'clock, ang current price ni Bitcoin is at $94,041. So that's how you use the X and Y axis. Now, the second is candlestick. So, candlestick has two colors. It's green and red. Pero depende yan sa chart preference mo. Depende yan kung anong kulay yung gusto mong makita sa chart mo. Pero for this example, dahil common ang green and red, and yun yung ginagamit ko, yun yung i-discuss ko sa inyo. So, ang green candle, ibig sabihin yan, tumaas ang market. Ang red candle, ibig sabihin yan, bumaba ang market. Ang every candle, iba-iba ang formation yan, depende sa time frame na nakatingin ka. Makikita mo ang time frame sa upper left ng chart mo. So, for instance, nakatingin ka sa 1 hour. Ang ibig sabihin yan, ang kada isang candle ay equivalent ng 1 hour. So, na-form ito after 1 hour, and right now, makikita nyo to, nagpo-form pa lang tong candle na to. So, matatapos to after an hour and then a new candle will appear. So, nakadepende yan sa time frame na tinitingnan mo. Iba-iba ang formation nila. So, kung pupunta ka ng 1 minute, makikita mo dito yung kada formation ng 1 minute candle. So, it all depends on the time frame you are looking at. And now, a candlestick on its own, meron niyang body parts na tinatawag. So, ang green candle, nag-open yan below. Nagko-close siya above. And yung makikita nyo na dalawang maliit na sticks sa high at saka sa low, those are called wicks. And sa red candle naman, nag-open yung market sa taas. Nagko-close siya sa baba. And yung dalawang maliit na stick, they are also called wicks. And yung nakikita nyo, in between ng dalawang wicks, those are called body. Now, let's go back to the chart para makita nyo kung anong ibig sabihin ko ba with the parts of this candlestick. So, as you can see again, we are at 15 minutes time frame. So, as you can see here, we are looking dito sa red candle na to. Nag-open ang red candle sa taas. So, sa taas ng body, dito nag-open yung price, umangat siya, nag-trade siya down below, and nag-close siya right here. And then, as you can see, dahil na nag-close yung 15 minutes candle dito sa area na to, nag-open yung next candle dito sa area na to. And since green candle ito, dito yung opening price niya. Tapos, nag-close naman siya dito sa taas ng body na to. And then, ito yung pinaka-highest point in time na pinuntahan ng market, which is also called wicks. Tapos, ito yung lowest point na pinuntahan niya. So, that's how you read a candlestick. The next one you're gonna need is yung mga tools sa loob ng TradingView. So, sa TradingView, merong tool section at saka indicator section. So, itong mga tools na to, gagamitin nyo lang sila to mark up your chart para lang maging familiar ka ano yung mga level na tinitingnan mo sa market. So, dito sa left side, makikita mo merong mga drawing tool dyan na pwedeng makatulong sa'yo Tapos may mga tinatawag na Fibonacci and all those stuff, which is right now, hindi mo pa alam yan dahil hindi mo pa alam yung mga strategy. And then on the upper side, makikita nyo yung indicator. So itong indicator section na to are just tools na pwedeng makatulong sa inyo to make an educated guess kung magbabuy ka ba or sell. And note that no indicators is 100% guarantee. They are just a nice tools that you can have, but it's not mandatory to have. Marami dyan. Marami kang makikita sa online kung ano bang mga magandang indicator to use. Number 3, the tools you can use. So makikita mo dito sa trading view, sa left side, makikita mo dito yung different tools na pwede mo magamit. So you have lines here. Mga drawings lang to simply mark out the key levels in your chart, or depending on your strategy, how will you use them. So for instance here, merong horizontal line that you can use and ilalagay mo lang dito. Let's say you wanted to keep track of 100k level. So kung gusto mong exact, isulat mo lang dyan 100,000. And as you can see, merong line dito sa 100k. So that means hindi ka maliligaw sa chart. So that's one way how you can use tools in the trading view. And now the next thing you're gonna need to know is the use of paper trading. So yung paper trading is a fake money kung saan pwede kang mag-practice ng trading strategy mo. And meron tayong paper trading inside the trading view. So as you can see here sa trading view, sa baba, it says trading panel. Click mo lang to. And then you can see the paper trading. I-click mo lang to and then you simply click connect. There you go. That's how simple it is. As you can see, meron kang 100,000 balance right now. And I'm gonna teach you guys kung paano mag-execute dito and what are the different types of execution, kung paano mag-enter or mag-place ng bet sa market, either buy or sell. There are 3 different market execution. Number 1 is the market order. Number 2 is the limit order. Number 3 is the stop order. So ang market order, number 1, ito yung mag-e-enter ka at the exact price na kung saan nagtitrade yung market ngayon. Effective tong market order kapag ayaw mong ma-miss out yung move, tapos gusto mo nang mag-enter ka agad sa marketplace. Limit order is a type of order na kung saan you wanted to pay at a specific price even though wala ka sa harap ng chart mo. So let's say I wanted to sell short at Bitcoin at 100,000, tapos may ginagawa ko, busy ako sa work. What I have to do is place a limit order. Stop order naman is considered to be a stop loss. So ang stop order is way for you to minimize the damage or the financial losses na meron ka kapag mali na yung analysis mo. So this stop order should always be your invalidation point, na kung saan sinasabi niya sa sarili mo na, okay, if price goes at this certain area, ibig sabihin mali na ako, tinatanggap ko na mali ako, and I have to cut my losses para hindi na ako matalo. So as you can see right now sa market, I am currently connected sa aking paper trading. And as you can see, may makikita ka dito, buy market and sell market. Let's say I think the market is gonna go here. And gusto kong mag-trade dito sa exact price ni Bitcoin right now sa 95,000 area. So gusto ko na, ina-anticipate ko na tataas to, na pupunta siya at this area. What I have to do is to place my buy order. Now, as you can see, meron na akong buy order and makikita nyo na dito yung USD na currently na floating position. Let's say I wanted to get out this position just in case I am wrong. Tapos gusto ko nang mag-exit dito at a specific price. Kunyari, sinabi ko sa sarili ko or yung thesis ko behind this trade is dapat hindi to babalik dito. Otherwise, kapag bumalik pa to, mag-exit na ako. One way for you to do that, na mag-place ng stop order kahit wala ka sa loob ng trading desk mo, kahit hindi ka nagtitrade, is play a stop order. So one way you can do that is click it here, and as you can see, it says SL. So idadrag ko lang to, i-click ko lang to, and all the way back here. Okay, if price goes here, ibig sabihin, aaminin ko natalo ako, and willing ako na matalo ng 1,371. There's that, and if price bigla nag-hit niya yung area na to, I would be immediately get out of the position. Just in case na bumagsak pa to ng sobra, at least hindi na ako mas matatalo pa ng malaki. Now, I anticipated that the market is gonna go here. So one way for me to exit that position is by closing this kapag na-reach niya na tong level na to, or kaya naman kapag na-hit yung take profit, at pwede kong mag-add ng take profit manually here, idadrag ko lang siya, and kapag na-hit yung price na to, magkakaroon ako ng $829 profit. Anyway, this is just for demonstration purposes. That's how you place a take profit and a stop order tsaka kung paano mag-market orders. Right now, your focus is getting familiarized sa platform, maging familiar kayo dito sa platform, guys. Hindi importante ngayon na manalo ka or matalo ka sa trade. Ang importante right now is maging familiar ka kung paano mag-place at mag-execute ng trade dito sa paper trading ng TradingView. Now, let's go to the limit order. Yung pangalawa na tinutukoy ko, since you guys know now how to place a stop loss, punta naman tayo sa limit order. Let's say, I think that the market is gonna go down kapag na-hit niya yung 100K level. So, as you can see here, makikita nyo dito yung 100K area. I think that the market is gonna go down here. Ang gagawin ko is magpa-place ako ng sell limit order. Okay, so one way you can do that is placing right-click at this area, tapos trade. If I think it's gonna go down, I will put a sell limit. So, maglalagay lang ako ng sell limit, tapos ilalagay ko siya around here. Kapag ang price ni Bitcoin, nag-trade siya all the way up here, above here, then automatically matitrigger yung short position ko. Now, wala pa akong stop loss. It's always important to have stop loss just in case bigla tong umangat pa, hindi malaki yung matatalo ko. So, what you can do is place a stop loss in advance kapag na-trigger yung position mo. So, kahit tulog ka pa, pwedeng mahit tong sell limit na to. So, ilalagay ko lang yung stop loss ko just above this area. So, matatalo ka ng $1,100. Now, I can also put a take profit in advance. Let's say, I think the market is gonna go all the way back here kapag na-hit niya yung 100K. So, ang mangyayari niyan, kapag na-hit ni market ito, may position ako. And if umangat siya hanggang dito, ibig sabihin, matatalo ka ng $1,000. But, if umangat siya, and then goes all the way back here, then kahit tulog ako, may hit tong $2,000 na profit. But again, right now, your focus is getting familiarized with the platform and how to execute your trades. Now, let's talk about position sizing. Position sizing is very important kasi nadidetermine niya yung risk na gusto mong gawin sa market. So, depending on the broker that you are trading or the currency that you are trading, if it is stock, forex, crypto, it will all depend ultimately sa broker na tinitrade mo. That's why it's important to do your research kung ano ba yung leverage na binibigay nila sa inyo. In the beginning, it's better if you just always risk the same amount of dollar amount kapag nagtitrade ka, especially kapag wala ka pang edge. Now that you know how to read a chart and execute, what's important now is create a business plan. So just like everything sa mga business, ang pagtitrade is actually a business as well. So ano ba yung business plan sa trading? It is your system or strategy na nagpapatunay sa'yo that you can make money as the time goes by. One of them is actually technical analysis, pwedeng support and resistance, ICT, smart money concept, indicators, naglalagay ka ng mga markup sa chart mo kapag gumagamit ka ng price action or whatever that works for you. That is called a technical analysis. And one way as well to make an educated guess in the market is actually yung fundamental analysis. So yung mga type of news event na nangyayari sa mundo na pwedeng maka-impact sa market. Let's say merong war. Whenever there is a war, ang gold usually tumataas siya kasi it's considered to be a safe haven. So what you do is to just keep buying gold until it doesn't work anymore. So that's just one example of news trading na kung saan nagbe-base ka ng mga investment mo or kaya naman ginagamit mo siya as extra confluence for your day trading or leverage trading. And most importantly, of course, your risk management. And I mentioned earlier, kailangan mo in the beginning mag-risk ka ng small amount na you are very comfortable of losing, and it's gonna be always have to be the same amount para hindi ka maging emotional, not just trading now and then matalo ka and then you double down and you double down and the next thing you know, wala ka ng pera. So it's important to stay solvent na meron kang pera para you can keep trading. There are tons of free videos out there kung paano mag-trade, and meron din naman mga mentor na legit na kung saan tuturuan ka nila kung paano mag-trade, but don't think na sila yung magiging solution for you. At the end of the day, it's you who will do the hard work and it's you who will create your business plan. The data gathering part, kailangan mag-backtest ka. So backtesting is looking at the old data sa market. You can do that in TradingView as well. Merong replay button, makikita mo kung paano mag-print yung candles. But of course, always don't just backtest. It's important to have experience sa market. So you should also forward test. So ang forward testing is initest mo yung nakita mo sa backtesting or kaya naman yung na-observe mo sa market daily. Ang forward testing is napaka-effective niya kasi you are trading with an emotion. emotion, and you are also able to know yung mga flaws mo within yourself, kung ano ba yung mga nag-hold back sa'yo sa pagtitrade. So, importante na i-forward test mo lang yung strategy mo, not just backtest. For me, personally, I did not do backtesting that long. I did backtest like the previous data from 2000s, depending sa market na tinitrade ko, but I did that in the past. But right now, in my third year of trading, I only usually forward test now. And nagba-backtest lang ako kapag meron akong napansin na strategy sa forward testing ko at gusto ko siyang i-confirm sa backtesting. Ganun na yung ginagawa ko. Like, kapag may nakita ako na phenomenon na always nangyayari sa market through forward testing, magba-backtest ako from previous data years ago para makita ko kung nangyayari din pa to before. But in the beginning, since nga wala ka pang masyadong experience, it's important na mag-backtest ka muna. Tingnan mo muna kung anong magandang strategy for you. Siyempre, manunood ka muna initially sa YouTube, tapos iba-backtest mo yan and see if that will work for you. In the beginning, psychology is not the reason kung bakit ka natatalo. But psychology might be the reason kung bakit ka ma-include sa statistics na nagsasabi na 90% ng mga traders na 1 to 2 years pa lang nagtitrade ay magfe-fail at magkukwit sa kanilang journey. Know that this is going to be a hard journey. Napakahirap makuha tong skill set na to because you are competing with the brightest people, mga tao na matatalino. Hence, kailangan mong i-prepare ang sarili mo. You will experience a lot of emotional pain and trading will bring out the best and worst in you. Mas makikilala mo ang sarili mo. At the beginning, the best thing that you can do is reduce the psychological damage it can do for you. You can do this by preventing huge financial damage. Most people quit at the beginning dahil nga sa mga huge financial losses nila. Kasi masyado nang masakit sa pakiramdam nila, sa puso at isip nila. And the only thing for them na nagme-make sense na gawin is mag-quit na lang. Kasi yung pain na nararamdaman nila, extreme level na. And yun yung way to defend their ego. The way for them to defend their ego is to actually just blame the market and not feel the same emotion anymore. If I could go back kung anong gagawin ko to make sure na I stay in the game long enough, first 6 months, I will paper trade. So, ang gagawin ko, manunod ako ng isang mentor, tapos susundan ko lang yung trading strategy niya, iba-backtest ko, and titingnan ko if mag-work ba sa akin yon, and titingnan ko if ganito ba yung personality na gusto kong i-bring out sa market, ito ba yung type of strategy, ito ba yung type of strategy na tama sa patience ko. So, yun yung gagawin ko for the 6 months. Magpe-paper trade lang ako, but I will take it seriously as if talagang nagtitrade ako sa market. The only downside of paper trading is walang emotion. Kasi nga wala naman mawawala sa'yo. But it's a good way for you to learn na hindi ka natatalo. After na tong 6 months na mag-paper trade ka, tapos maglalagay ka na ng pera or magte-trade ka na sa prop firm, itong pera na to is guaranteed na mawawala sa'yo. So, huwag kang mag-expect. So, make sure na yung ilalagay mo is something that you are willing to lose. Kasi nga, dito na mag-i-start pupunta yung mga emotion kapag malaki yung binibet mo, thinking na na-figure out mo na yung market after 6 months of paper trading or hard work. The hard thing about trading kasi in the beginning is no matter how hard you work, parang hindi mo nakikita yung result. Like I said, it's not going to be easy at first. Pero ganun yung reality. In fact, nagiging counterproductive kapag bandang huli. You put in the hours, you put in the work, nag-i-study ka 2 to 3 hours, and then pupunta sa market, matatalo ka lang. It's normal to feel na ganun nga kasi ganun talaga yung market. I guarantee you on your first year, matatalo ka ng pera. And if nasa break-even ka, wala kang natalo or very little lang, consider that as a tuition. If you are at break-even, that is amazing on your first year. Huwag mong iisipin na on your first year, dapat makakuha ka na ng pera sa market. This way, you can stay in the game long enough and then you will basically be able to figure out kung ano yung nag-work sa'yo. We will not talk about those things right now sa aking channel or dito sa video na to, but in the future, we can make those videos kapag meron na kayong experience with trading and mas makaka-relate na kayo dun sa mga sinasabi ko na yon. For now, go hit that like, subscribe, and comment. And if you want to join my Discord, it's for free. All you have to type is join now. Isasend ko yung link sa inyo. I'm hoping na makasama ako sa trading journey nyo, and you can even ask me question there directly sa aking Discord. Kung may gusto kayong itanong, sumali lang kayo. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace!